What is going on, everybody? It's Garrett, and I want to share a devastating true story with you on the topic of curses. This is a true story that I went through. A little while ago, my life slowly fell apart. My entire life. Just about every single area of my life fell apart. We're talking about medical problems, multiple addictions, getting financial trouble, spiritual problems, all kinds of emotional problems. Basically, everything you can think of, everything was raining down on top of my head. And do you know what happened at that same time? A brand new person contacted me on my phone. They knew about me from my internet sites, my Twitter, my website, my Facebook, everything else, YouTube. And this guy contacted me and pretended to need help. In other words, he was pretending to contact me so I could minister to him the kingdom of God, so I could preach to him, so I could try to help. But do you know what God did? After a short time of falling for his lies, God really amped up my spiritual gifts. And they got strong. And I realized that not only is this guy a fake and a phony, but he's actually a Satanist, and he hates me, and he's trying to curse me. And I got scared. After all, my entire life was falling apart. I'll give you one example, just one only, of how bad my life was getting. I was battling between 8 and 10 addictions at the same time for a long time. So I thought this guy's curses were working, and I was scared of him. And after a little while, I told him that I knew the truth. I'm not going to mention any names or say anything at all. We're just going to call him John. Okay, we're just going to pretend and call him John. And I said, John, I know. I said, I know. I said, I know who you are. And I know how you feel about me. And I know what you're doing. And I know that you're trying to hurt me. And then he would either try to, for a couple of weeks, he tried to deny it a little bit. He tried to say that I'm wrong just a little bit. And then as the weeks went by, he didn't try to deny it any longer. He basically admitted it. And during this month of being afraid of him, being afraid of curses, God led me to someone. And I contacted this person, and I told this person the entire story. And God super blessed me through this person's advice. God really blessed me through this person and started me down a path to understanding the kingdom of God better. And some of the things that I was understanding better is God is in control of everything. No one in the universe can do anything at all unless God says so. Everything is God's plan. There's only one plan. There's only one plan in the universe. That's God's plan. This person cannot curse me. They don't have any power or any authority at all unless God says so. So God is the one we have to fear. And I was learning that Jesus had me in a very interesting experience where my entire life was falling apart at the same time someone was cursing me to kind of make it look like I should be afraid of this person and not fear God and his son Jesus like the Bible tells us to. So Jesus had me in a very interesting experience. And as the months go by, I was learning more and more, realizing that people have no power and no authority at all unless God says so. And God is the one we have to fear. And God is the one that has created the curses and designed them and commands them and uses them. Yes, you've been taught Satan does it all. I want you to know God does it all. The church has it backwards. The church has it exactly backwards. So, what Jesus started teaching me is the way to overcome this kind of a man and his friends trying to curse me is to love him. That love is the answer. Now, I can't just start loving this guy like a brother. That's impossible. It has to be grace from God. You cannot do anything unless God gives you grace. So guess what God did? I started caring about this guy. I felt sorry for him. I had sympathy for him because he's so deceived by a pack of demons. I had compassion for him. And what I started doing is, every time he contacted me on my phone to try to curse me more and more, I started praying for him. And I told him, I started telling him really nice things. And I told him, I said, brother, I know who you are, and I know what you're doing, and I know that you hate me, and I know that you're trying to hurt me, but I care about you. I'm trying to bless you. I'm praying for you. I'm asking God to help you. And to make a long story short and to wrap this up, he slowly faded away and I never heard from him again. You see, loving our enemies is more powerful than anything that they can ever try to do to us. Loving our enemies. Now that's impossible to do without God's grace. God has to give us grace so we can love our enemies and bless them and encourage them and motivate them and pray for them, which is what I tried to do with this man. You see, a little later in my life, I'm learning people cannot do anything at all. Nothing. You can't go to sleep when you want to. You can't find a husband when you want to. You cannot make money whenever you want to. And you cannot even die when you want to. We can't do anything unless God has ordered it to happen. And that includes people trying to curse us. It's a joke. It's a scam that the church fell for. It's a deception that the church has fallen for, and they teach you that the witches can when they can't. Only God's Son rules the universe, not anybody else. The demons don't. Satanists don't. The witches don't. And people don't. We're fearing them for nothing. You are completely wasting your time fearing other people because God rules his entire creation with an iron fist. He sure does. So I pray this video is going to bless you and help to free you up from being afraid of other people. Be blessed. I pray you're really